A state lawmaker just declared war on school zone speed cameras. Those automatic devices photograph speeding cars and then send citations in the mail.
A Macon representative introduced a bill today that would force cities and counties across the state to shut their systems down. The Fox 5 I-team investigated several of those camera systems last year and found 3 cities ticketing drivers unfairly. I-team reporter Johnny Edwards was at the Capitol when the lawmaker dropped this bill. He says support for the bill right out of the gate, Johnny, is eye-popping.
That's right. Republican Dale Washburn says his bill has 100 co-signers, more than half of the House of Representatives. Even though that's plenty of votes to pass, he says his fight to ban these cameras is just starting. State Representative Dale Washburn wants these cameras gone.
Morning order.
Today, Washburn introducing a bill that would kick automated school zone speed cameras out of the state completely.
This is about revenue by citation. It is taxation by citation, and it is wrong. And local governments are raking in huge amounts of money across the state of Georgia, and our citizens are being victimized by it.
If passed, his bill would overturn a 2018 state law that made it legal for cities and counties to use cameras instead of police officers to catch drivers speeding through school zones. The goal to slow down traffic around school kids, parents, and school employees.
It would be ideal if we could place a cop out at every single school zone every single morning, but that's just not cost effective.
Over the past 7 years, the systems have popped up along roadways outside schools all over the state, generating millions of dollars for local governments.
I have 6 grandchildren. This is not about children's safety. It is about local governments raking in money and abusing our citizens.
Attempts to change or even eliminate these cameras failed at the Capitol last year. Washburn said he's expecting another fight this year.
The fight is going to be huge. There are a number of lobbyists here that have been hired by these camera companies. They had some lobbyists already. I've heard in the halls they've hired more.
Last year, a series of Fox 5 I-team investigations uncovered thousands of invalid speeding tickets issued across the metro area because of timing issues. Our stories prompted over $500,000 in reimbursements for drivers ticketed in Jonesboro, Riverdale, and Atlanta, where we found misalignments between camera ticketing times and the on-off times of flashing school zone lights misled drivers into exceeding the speed limit. But even when the systems work as they should, complaints have poured into lawmakers about confusing signage and being ticketed even in the middle of school days when school lights aren't blinking. How many complaints? Well, a bill usually has about 5 or 6 co-signers. Check out how many lawmakers signed on to Washburn's bill.
Well, I lost count at the end. I know I have more than 90, and probably 94 or 5, maybe more.
It takes 91 votes to pass a bill in the House. What does that tell you that you have that many co-signers?
It tells me that this is a concern across the state, and I've got Republicans and Democrats that have signed this bill.
But Ashley Rose Toomer, executive director of the nonprofit Give School Kids a Break, says lawmakers who want to ban the cameras are listening to the wrong people, speeders.
Those that signed this bill or support this bill are viewing speeders, folks that go 11 miles over the posted speed limit, folks that are breaking the law quite significantly. Why are they considered victims? Why is their needs being put above that of parents who are walking their kids to school?
Again, Washburn told me later in the day the total number of co-signers reached 100. The bill should get a first reading tomorrow. Interestingly, he said among those co-signers are 22 committee chairs, including the chairman of the Motor Vehicles and Public Safety Committees.
So, Johnny, with enough votes or co-signers, rather, to pass this bill, how could it not pass at this point? What could stop it?
Well, a lot can go wrong, even for a very popular bill like this one. I mean, it could get stuck in committee, it could fail to get to a floor vote, it could, the Senate could not move it, or it ultimately has to be signed by the governor. So he's right. If the lobbying effort is going to be as fierce as he describes, he does have quite a fight ahead of him.
Well, you've put this issue front and center,
Yeah.
and no matter what happens, they have to be coordinated. The lights have to be on when they're going to ticket you. I mean, it has to be fair if they're going to do it at all.
Right. You can't mislead drivers into speeding or have signage that tells them the speed limit is something it's not, and that's what we found in several cities.
All right, Johnny, thanks so much.
Good man.